Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation 43rd Wessex, turn 13.5, Commonwealth. I'm substituting in for Boston Bruce. It is July 1942. The Commonwealth has 2 tech roles. First, I tried for improved construction at a 7 or higher. PPE generated an 8, so I succeeded and complete that tech. And that's a disaster, but that one's completed. Second, I tried for heavy strategic bombers at a 9 or higher. PBE generated a 5, so I failed. Diplomacy, I'll do diplomacy after I show my purchases. I've got my purchases all teed up here. Great Britain has 42 IPP to spend. I'll purchase 1 infantry for 3, 1 airborne infantry for 3, that's 6, 2 Marines for 8, that's 14, 2 naval transports for 12, that's 26, 1 fighter for 10, that's 36, Lend-Lease 1 medium armor to USSR for 6, that's 42. Purchases for FEC. FEC has 11 IPP to spend, 2 Gurkhas for 8, save 3 IPP. Anzac has 4 IPP to spend, purchase 1 airborne infantry for 3, save 1 IPP. And just previewing the Free French, 1 Foreign Legion for 4. Let's go over diplomacy. Great Britain has 2 diplomacy rolls, but they already have Norway at stage 2, so they only get to roll 1. Their roll for Ireland, PPE generated a 5, so I failed. Combat movement. Have 5 combats from southern England. 1 strategic bomber will pick up 1 airborne infantry and fly to Alsace-Lorraine and drop off the airborne infantry to perform airborne assault on Alsace-Lorraine. That will push up Great Britain by 3 up to 40 and drop Germany to 58. Down here in Sardinia, 1 Marine will walk over to Corsica across the narrow crossing. That's not worth anything. From northern Algeria, 1 strategic bomber will fly down 1 to western Algeria, pick up this airborne infantry, 2 back to northern Algeria, 3 to M2, 4 to M3, 5 to southern Italy, drop off the airborne infantry in southern Italy, 6, 7, 8 back to northern Algeria. That's 1 up for Great Britain, 1 down for Italy. Great Britain goes to 41, Italy drops to 5. From Sea Zone M4, there's a British naval transport. It will move over to Sea Zone M2, pick up the mountain infantry from Sardinia, move back to M4, and drop it off in Sicily. Again, not worth anything. You know what? I didn't realize I could be more efficient. I'm going to kind of call an audible. I'll move over to here holding the mountain infantry, pick up 1 regular infantry from Tripoli, and then drop off the 1 mountain infantry there, and the 1 infantry that I just picked up from Tripoli, I'm going to drop that off in Tobruk. Okay, now we're going to have our attacks on Tobruk here. From Cyrenaica, 2 infantry will move into Tobruk, 1 airborne and 1 marine. And from western Egypt, 3 infantry, 1 artillery will move over to Tobruk. Down here in Sea Zone I-4, this fighter is going to come off this light carrier and fly over to Calcutta. From northern Algeria, the fighter and medium bomber will fly to Tobruk. That's 3 spaces to get there. The medium bomber will fly back to northern Algeria, but the fighter will continue. It'll go 1, 2, 3 to get here to Tobruk. We have long range with the British, so 4 to M8, 5 to I5, 6 to I4. It'll land on that carrier in I4. So in C zone M4, the tactical is going to fly to Tobruk, and then it'll go back and land on the carrier. And from C zone M2, there's a light carrier with a fighter. The fighter will fly 1, 2 to Tobruk. It has 3 more spaces. The light carrier will move over to I4 to give it a landing spot. So I'll have, in Tobruk, I'll have 6 infantry, 1 airborne infantry, 1 marine, 1 artillery, 2 fighters, a tactical, and a medium bomber. From C zone A35, the battleship will move to C zone M4 to provide bombardment on Tobruk, but it's reduced by 1 down to a 3. And then from A35, 1 destroyer will move to M8. From C zone M2, an FEC destroyer will move over to M8. And from C zone M4, a destroyer will move to M8. So that gets the city surrounded here in Tobruk. From Abyssinia, 1 infantry will move to French Somaliland. And then this air transport will fly out to C zone P70 and circle around and around, frantically radioing the American submarines to let them know about this naval transport. Okay, let's roll some dice. All right, I think the only attack I have is, or the only dice rolling we have is Tobruk, which is a fortified city and desert. So first I got 1 battleship. Oh, it's not very teed up, is it? Okay, 1 battleship bombardment at 3. Nope. I've got 1 artillery first strike at 2. Hit. He's got 2 fortification first strikes at 5. Hit. I have to take that infantry that I dropped off. So I'm down to 5 infantry. He's down to 2 infantry. Let's roll some aircraft and see if I can get the 2 hits. I have 2 at 7 with the tactical and the medium bomber. Jeez, 2 12s. And then 2 at 6 with the 2 fighters. 1 hit. I've got 5 at 1. No, 6 at 1 because I've got the airborne. I'm going to boost the marine to a 2. So I've got 5 at 1, no, 6 at 1, and 1 at 2. Here's the 6 at 1. Yes, I got my second hit. All right, he's got the 2 shots at 3. Nope. Okay, so I take Tobruk with 5 infantry, 1 airborne infantry, 1 marine, 1 artillery. That's not worth anything. All right. One of the fighters, I think I said I'd land the tactical in M4. I mean, I want to land the tactical down here. It would definitely have the range 1 to Tobruk, 2 to M8, 3, 4. And the fighter that came from M2 is going to land on the light carrier. It just flies to Tobruk and then lands on the light carrier. So we're going to swap this guy off and put the tactical on the other light carrier down here. All right. Now we've got some non-combat movement. Oh, I guess I should take this medium bomber and put it back in northern Algeria. Well, I guess first non-combat is the former Polish TBD moving over from A14 to A13, joining the Soviets. Over here in England, from northern England, 1 medium armor moves down to southern England. From southern England, 1 FEC naval transport will leave port to Sea Zone A21. It'll carry 1 infantry and 1 artillery. And then it'll go down to Sea Zone A44 and drop those 2 off in port in Gibraltar and go in port in Gibraltar. That was almost bad. From Gibraltar, this naval transport will leave port to M2, and then it'll strategic naval move down here to, let's see, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can make it to I4, and we'll go in port here in Aden. Here in M2, those 2 battleships are going to go in port in Gibraltar. They're not doing anything this turn other than getting repaired. I'm just going to already repair them and put them in port here next to this guy. So 1 FEC, 1 British battleship in port with the FEC naval transport there in Gibraltar. From southern Algeria, 1 infantry will move to Tunisia. From Tripoli, 2 infantry will move to Tunisia. From Tripolitania, 1 infantry will move to Tunisia. So that gets me 4 infantry there in Tunisia. From M2, 1 sub will move over to M8. From Lower Egypt, 5 infantry, 1 anti-aircraft artillery will move to Upper Egypt. You know what? No, I can't do that. Never mind. Because I did strategic naval move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. All right. I guess I could I could take out 1 infantry and 1 anti-aircraft artillery as I'm running down to Aden on that strategic naval move. I could pick up an infantry and an anti-aircraft artillery from Lower Egypt. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to drop off I'm going to have only 4 infantry in Upper Egypt, and I'm going to have an infantry and an anti-aircraft artillery get added to Aden. Sorry for these audibles. All right, from Transjordan, 1 infantry will move over to Lower Egypt. It seems kind of dark. Let me turn on my other lights. See if that lights it up a little bit better. Okay, from Cape Town, I put Cape Town. From Sudan, 1 infantry moves to Abyssinia. And from Cape Town, 1 anti-aircraft artillery strategic rail moves to Abyssinia. Okay, from Aden, 1 Anzac naval transport leaves port to I-4. It picks up 1 infantry from Italian Somaliland and 1 anti-aircraft artillery. And then it moves 1, 2, 3 over to Sea Zone I-11 and goes in port in Calcutta. And it will drop off the infantry and anti-aircraft artillery in Bengal. Now we've got some moves over here. From Benares, 3 Gurkhas move to Bengal. From Calcutta, this whole force moves over to Bengal. Let's talk about what's on this card. It is 1 British infantry, 5 FEC infantry, 1 Gurkha, 4 FEC artillery, 1 Anzac artillery, 1 British anti-aircraft artillery, and 1 FEC anti-aircraft artillery. That means that leaving behind 6 militia, 1 FEC airborne infantry, 1 FEC medium armor, 2 FEC anti-aircraft artillery. So these guys are moving into Bengal, which I had that 1 British infantry I just dropped off with the Anzac transport, and 1 more British anti-aircraft artillery. That gets 2 into this marker, and then the 3 Gurkhas that I'm bringing over from Benares gets me up to 4 Gurkhas on this card in Bengal. All right. From Italian Somaliland, this fighter will fly over to Calcutta. So that should get me 3 fighters in Calcutta. Okay, and I think that is all my movement. Now we're going to do placement of units. Up here in London, oh, no, I've got 1 more move, which is or 2 more moves, kind of an amoeba. From London, 1 fighter will fly to southern England. From southern England, 1 fighter will fly to northern Algeria. And then I'm placing a fighter in London. So essentially, I'm going to amoeba a fighter to northern Algeria, if that makes sense. All right, placement. We're putting down 1 infantry, 1 airborne, and then the fighter that I already mentioned are going into London. Or no, yeah, that's right. I guess I need a chip for that infantry. Oh, let's land this strategic bomber back in London. And then I'm putting 2 naval transports in port in A21. Okay, I'm putting my Marines, 1 in Italian Somaliland and 1 in Cape Town. Let's get those on the map. All right, and then the last thing is our Lend-Lease will build the medium armor in northern England, rail it to Scotland, and then it'll debark there, come over, or I guess it embarks when it gets into the water, and then debarks there in Kola. Okay, FEC is building 2 Gurkhas, and they're going to go there in Bengal. Can I build it in Bengal? I don't think I can. I thought Bengal touched Nepal, but now I see there's a little bit there. Or is it touching Nepal or touching the Himalayas? If I can build it, I don't know if I'm sorry that I'm discombobulated. Let's just look up FEC real quick. Find out about Gurkhas. Okay, must be placed bordering the Himalayas. It doesn't have to border Nepal, it has to border the Himalayas. So I can build it in Bengal, so that'll get me up to 6 Gurkhas. All right. And then Anzac just builds 1 airborne in Sydney. Let's do the free... Oh, I guess I should collect income. Great Britain's at 41 plus 5 bonus income, 46 for next turn. FEC collects 8 plus 2 bonus income is 10 plus saved 3, 13 for next turn. Anzac only collects 2 plus 1 saved 3 for next turn. Okay. Free French, I told you they were building a Foreign Legion with their $4. They don't have any combat movement. They just have non-combat movement. From northern Algeria. No, I don't have anything in northern Algeria. Okay, from C-Zone M2, 1 submarine will move over 1 to M4. From M2, 1 battleship will move over 1 to M4. From M2, 1 battleship is going to move through the Suez to I-5 and then go in port in Lower Egypt. From Syria, 1 Foreign Legion will strategic rail move to French Somaliland. From Lower Egypt, 1 French naval transport will leave port to I-5. It'll move to I-4, pick up 2 Foreign Legion from Italian Somaliland, and move 2 to I-7, 3 to I-6, drop off the 2 Foreign Legion in Maharashtra, and go in port in Maharashtra. Okay, I think that's everything that I'm doing with the Commonwealth and French. The Free French collect 2 IPP. Oh, and I get to build my Foreign Legion. I'll build that in Syria. Let's do disposition of forces. In Scotland, 2 militia. In northern England, 1 militia, 1 infantry, 1 anti-aircraft artillery, 1 seaplane. In southern England, 1 militia, 1 infantry, 1 medium armor, 1 anti-aircraft artillery, 5 fighters, 1 medium bomber, 2 naval transports in port, and a seaplane. In London, 1 militia, 2 infantry, 1 airborne infantry, 1 anti-aircraft artillery, 1 fighter, 1 strategic bomber. In Sea Zone A-17, 1 French fighter on map. There's the torpedo boat destroyer in A-13. In Sea Zone A-35, 1 battle cruiser, 2 heavy cruisers, 1 light cruiser. In Gibraltar, 1 FEC battleship, 1 British battleship, 1 FEC naval transport. In Gibraltar, 1 militia, 2 infantry, 1 marine, 3 artillery, 1 anti-aircraft artillery, fortification coastal artillery. In northern Algeria, 1 militia, 1 strategic bomber, 1 fighter, 1 medium bomber, 1 air transport. In Tunisia, 1 militia, 4 infantry. In Corsica, 1 marine. In Sicily, 1 mountain infantry. In southern Italy, 1 airborne infantry. In Malta, 1 militia. In Sea Zone M2, 1 French battleship, 1 British battleship, 1 light cruiser that is British, 1 light cruiser that is Anzac, 1 light carrier that is British with a fighter, 1 heavy cruiser British, 1 transport British, 1 FEC transport. Did I move the FEC transport? I don't believe I did. Do I want to have another transport? I think I do. I'm going to move this FEC transport to Aden. Or I'll just have it in the Sea Zone I-4. I'll go over that in a moment when I get there. In Tobruk, 5 infantry, 1 airborne infantry, 1 marine. In M8, 2 British destroyers, 1 FEC destroyer, 1 submarine. In western, this is also in Tobruk. 1 artillery is also in Tobruk. In Lower Egypt, 1 infantry, and on the southern side of Lower Egypt, 1 French battleship. In Syria, 1 militia, 1 Foreign Legion. In Upper Egypt, 4 infantry. In Abyssinia, 1 infantry, 1 anti-aircraft artillery. In French Somaliland, 1 British infantry, 1 French Foreign Legion. In Italian Somaliland, 1 British infantry, 2 marines, 1 medium armor, 1 seaplane, 1 French medium bomber. In Aden, 1 militia, 1 infantry, 1 anti-aircraft artillery, 1 British naval transport in port. In Sea Zone I-4, 2 light carriers, 1 of them with a fighter, 1 of them with a tactical, 1 of them is FEC, 1 of them is British, 1 British heavy cruiser, 1 FEC heavy cruiser, 1 British destroyer, 1 FEC destroyer, 1 Anzac destroyer, 1 French destroyer, 1 British submarine, 1 FEC naval transport. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to put this in port after all here in Aden. So I've got 2 in port in Aden. All right. And down in Cape Town, 1 militia, 1 marine. In Maharashtra, 1 British militia. It's a FEC militia. 2 Foreign Legion, French Foreign Legion, 1 French naval transport in port adjacent to I-6. In southern India, 1 militia. In port in Calcutta, 1 Anzac naval transport. In Calcutta, 6 militia, 1 FEC airborne infantry, 1 FEC medium armor, 2 FEC anti-aircraft artillery, 3 fighters, 1 strategic bomber, a fortification, damaged miner factory. In Bengal, 1 militia, 2 British infantry, 6 FEC infantry, 6 Gurkhas, 4 FEC artillery, 1 Anzac artillery, 2 British anti-aircraft artillery, 1 FEC anti-aircraft artillery. In Sydney, 4 militia, 5 infantry, 1 airborne infantry, 1 motorized infantry, 1 artillery, 2 anti-aircraft artillery, 1 naval transport. Next up is Panzer J with 13.7, Italy.